Steve, is God going to force us to eat our children?
No, I don't think so. I think he's just talking to the people of Judah in this episode.
This is the Bible in fewer words. We are Carol and Steve Wells. This is episode 192, Jeremiah, chapters 19 through 23. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Carol.
We are moving along.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
Yeah. We're almost half done with Jeremiah. Well, not quite.
Half doesn't seem like enough.
Yeah.
All right, but let's just jump in.
Okay. Chapter 19. God said to Jeremiah, "Get a potter's earthen jug, take the jug to the people, and say to them, 'This is what God says.
I'll bring so much evil on this place that the ears of everyone who hears about it will tingle.
I'll cause Judah and Jerusalem to be killed by the sword. I'll feed their carcasses to the birds and beasts.
I'll destroy the city with plagues. Everyone who passes by will hiss in astonishment.
And I'll cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and their daughters.'"
There it is.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. That's the eating sons and daughters.
Yeah, and then it goes on to say, "And everyone will eat the flesh of a friend." It's hard to rate those two, right? Does it get worse than that?
No.
I don't think so. He seems to be talking just to the people of Jerusalem, right? In the past, in Leviticus and in Deuteronomy, towards the end, there are lists of promises and threats. Promises if you obey God, threats if you don't.
Uh-huh.
In both of those chapters, he's going to force you to eat your children. If you don't obey, then you'll be forced to eat your children.
Uh-huh.
So that would apply to everyone who doesn't obey God. So that would be more general.
Yes,
it would apply to us, I think, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's saying, if you don't obey me, I'm going to force you to eat your children. However, here he's talking just to the people of Judah and Jerusalem.
Okay.
To back up just a little bit, remember it started off with, hey, God's saying, get a jug and go to the people and say this to them. So he did that.
What's the jug for?
We'll see.
Okay.
Verse 10.
Then break the jug while everyone is watching, and say to them, 'This is what God says. I'll break the people like a potter's jug.'"
Yeah, so he's making a point. I've got this jug here, he breaks it, and then that's what God's going to do to the people.
That doesn't seem that bad, getting broken. Oh, he's going to break
broken.
the people.
He's going to break the people. So he's going to smash you.
Oh.
So yeah, it's bad.
I thought he was just breaking the jug saying, "Do I have your attention now?"
I think I agree with you that I think that God could probably make the point better, in a better way than that. Mm-hmm. But that's what he's saying. Get a jug, break it in front of the people. I'm going to break you just like I'm breaking this jug.
Okay. All right, chapter 20. Pashur was the chief officer at God's house. He heard about the prophecies of Jeremiah.
He smote Jeremiah and put him on the stocks that were near God's house.
He's getting smote.
Yeah, so he struck him. Maybe he whipped him. He is a priest, and he works at the temple there.
Yeah.
And he has heard about Jeremiah and the things that he said, and it sounds like he just took it on his own authority to arrest him.
Yeah. Doesn't he know that God's telling him to do these things?
Oh, well, all of this is in dispute, right?
Okay.
Jeremiah claims to be a prophet.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't think he is. I'm sure Pashur doesn't think he is. Mm-hmm. So no, he's not worried about Jeremiah and him being a spokesman for God because he doesn't believe he is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he put him in stocks. So he put him in those things, where you put your legs and your arms and
in holes in wood.
Yeah, like that. And it sounds like he left him there overnight because the next verse says, the next day when Pashur released him, Jeremiah said to him, "God says your name is no longer Pashur, but Magormissabib." Did I get that right? Magormissabib.
Yes. Yeah.
This would be really a clever thing that God was doing here, a little word
play. Pun.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because that word,
Magormissabib.
Yeah. What that means is terror all around.
Oh. So Jeremiah is now called terror all around.
No. God is calling Pashur terror all around. Yeah.
Huh.
Isn't that clever? Yeah.
That is clever. God also says that you'll become a terror to yourself and to your friends. who will all be killed by their enemies while you are watching. God will give Judah to the king of Babylon, who will kill them and take the survivors to Babylon.
And you and your family and your friends will be carried away to Babylon, where you will die. Verse 7, Jeremiah said to God, O God, you have deceived and overpowered me. Everyone is laughing at me.
I curse the day I was born.
I curse the man who told my father that I was born.
Let him die a violent death, like those in Sodom and Gomorrah, because he didn't kill me in the womb.
I should have been aborted.
Oh my God. He's making a poem here out of, depressing thoughts.
Yeah.
Chapter 21. King Zedekiah sent messengers to talk to Jeremiah. They said to him, Ask God to help us fight against Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon.
Yeah, I should say just a little bit about Zedekiah. So Zedekiah is the last king of Judah. He was appointed, actually, by Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar first invaded Judah, kind of took over.
Took all the slaves back to Babylon?
No, this was before that.
Okay.
So
Get your stuff together, Carol.
Yeah. That was about 15 years later. First he invaded, and he kind of took over. And he imposed Zedekiah as king. He put him in place. He put him in power.
Oh, this is Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar. So he's sort of a puppet for Nebuchadnezzar. That was his idea. But now we're going to see that Zedekiah is going to revolt against Nebuchadnezzar, who is then going to really come in and just destroy Jerusalem and take everyone back.
Oh.
So the first one happened about 595 BCE, 10 years later or so. That's when the real destruction occurs.
Oh. All right. Well, let's get to it.
Okay.
Jeremiah said to them, Say this to Zedekiah. This is what God says. I won't help you fight against them. Instead, I'll fight against you with my strong arm in my anger, fury, and great wrath. So I want to stop here.
Yeah.
Who is the them that God is saying, I won't help you fight against them?
Oh, Babylon.
Oh.
So Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay.
So God is really on Nebuchadnezzar's side.
Uh-huh.
It's weird, but he is. Remember how all this time Jeremiah has been saying all these horrible things are going to happen, and don't be fighting against Nebuchadnezzar. Just let it happen.
Yep.
Well, Zedekiah sent this messenger saying, help us fight against Nebuchadnezzar.
Please.
And Jeremiah is saying, no way. I'm not going to help you. God's going to destroy you all. So God continues to say that I'll smite Jerusalem, both man and beast, with a great pestilence. Then I'll deliver Zedekiah and Jerusalem to Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, and he'll smite them with the sword. He won't spare pity or have mercy on them.
Those who live in the city will die by the sword, famine, or pestilence. The survivors will be taken as slaves to Babylon.
Because I've decided to do evil to Jerusalem, the king of Babylon will burn it with fire.
Nebuchadnezzar is going to burn it down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I never knew I'd ever learned this much Bible history.
Yeah.
Chapter 22. God said to Jeremiah, Go to the house of the king of Judah and say to him, This is what God says. It happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. This is the word of the Lord. This is the way it is in the Bible.
Oh, okay.
Defend the helpless and oppressed. Don't mistreat strangers, orphans, or widows. And don't kill innocent people. Isn't it nice? We got something good here?
Yes.
Yeah.
It snuck in there.
Uh-huh.
Or else, I swear by myself, your house will be destroyed, and your cities will be uninhabited. So this is God again, swearing by himself.
Yeah, he's swearing by himself.
He's all by himself. He's swearing.
Yeah.
Verse 8, Neighboring countries will pass by the city and say, Why did God do this to this city?
They'll answer them saying, Because they worshipped other gods and served them.
The ultimate evil.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice that he's saying be nice to the poor and the widows and everything. But if you don't, I'm going to kill you. Yeah. Not so nice.
Chapter 23. God said, Someday I'll raise from David a righteous branch who will be a wise king. Okay, that word branch kind of is striking my
Yeah. And
neurons.
because you're probably thinking it has David and Branch and maybe Branch Davidians.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's connected. I think it's in there, but I didn't look into it enough to really be sure whether this is something that David Koresh used in his Branch Davidian thing.
Mm-hmm.
These verses in chapter 23 are thought to be, by both Christians and Jews, they're in agreement on this, that it's prophesying a Messiah.
Oh.
They just disagree about who that Messiah is.
Okay, so
the Jews would be saying that it's still coming.
Yes.
He hasn't come. And the Christians would be saying, that's Jesus.
That's Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. Verse 6. In his days, Judah will be saved. Israel will live in safety, and he will be called, the Lord is our righteousness.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever been called that, but
no, we have to wait for another Handel to write another Messiah.
Right. Yeah, maybe it's in there. I don't know. I don't think so, though. Verse 9, my heart is broken because of the prophets. All my bones shake. I'm like a drunken man because of the words of his holiness. The land is full of adulterers. The land mourns because of swearing.
Okay, that's just kind of weird, disconnected things.
Yeah, it
it's
really is.
Jeremiah, yes.
Yeah, that's Jeremiah talking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Verse 11, God said, prophets and priests are profane, so I'll bring evil on them.
The prophets lie and commit adultery. They are like the people of Sodom and Gomorrah.
I'll make them eat wormwood and drink gall. Don't listen to prophets. They are deluding you. Now, is he talking about Jeremiah the prophet or the hopeful prophets?
Yeah, the hopeful prophet. The prophets that are saying, God will help you, just be nice and fight against the Babylonians. Mm-hmm. Those are the prophets that God doesn't like. They're the ones that are lying. He's pretty angry at them.
Okay.
They keep saying, everything is going to be fine. Nothing bad is going to happen.
They prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed a dream. I'll punish those prophets and their families. Okay. Well, we're done for today, folks.
Yep.
Thanks so much, Steve, for putting in all this work to get this delivered to us.
Sure. We didn't say anything about wormwood, though.
Oh, what is wormwood?
Well, wormwood is a plant in the same genus as a plant that we have around here. It's very common. The big sagebrush. Artemisia.
Uh-huh.
And it's another species of Artemisia, and it grows in that region of the world where Judah was.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very bitter tasting. I think that's the point. He's going to force him to eat it because it's really bitter and nasty and maybe even poisonous. And there's also some question about whether it might even have some psychedelic or psychoactive effects.
Just yesterday, you went out to our sage and you brought some in and you boiled it up for a tea, and it was very bitter.
It was very bitter, yeah.
I'm a little scared now.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to eat the leaves or anything.
No.
Or drink the tea, actually.
No.
I don't think it's poisonous.
Okay.
I kind of checked on that. I mean, this particular species, anyway.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, listeners, if you enjoy these podcasts, like and become subscribers.
Yeah. And you can support us at Patreon if you like.
Yeah. Those words don't roll easily on my tongue.
Yeah. That's why we leave it for the end.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye.